Once you've created assignments and asked questions, you need to know how to view, provide comments, and grade your student work. Let's take a look at a sample lesson that asks the students to use the Create button, and they are to create a slide deck. Slides we will go over later, but they can be used for so many things. It's just a workspace. Let's take a look at our student demo and have them go to this first assignment. It looks like student demo has already attached 2 different slide decks. What happens is the student clicks the Add or Create button, and we want to teach them to create new right here in Google Classroom. This is so important. The reason being is so that you can see as they work. If they go outside and choose Google Slides and work on that, until they turn it in, you cannot see it. So important, teach them to create new Google Slides. It will name it with your title and their name attached. You'll see there's Student Test Demo's name with my title. They work. And as a teacher, when I'm in this assignment and click on View Assignment, I see Student Demo has 3 different attachments. And I'll go ahead and choose that one that the student just added. And I can see as the student's working, I can come in and add a comment with the comment tool here at the top. I can ask a question. I can interact with the student. I also have the ability to help a student if they are struggling with some portion here working in slides. I can come in and add a feature, and they're able to see me work on their side. Some newer features in Google Slides include a comment bank here on the right. I can add to my bank. You see here I've got a couple of comments. Be sure to use correct order of operations. Please capitalize the beginning of each sentence. I can take that and use the skinny snowman, copy to the clipboard, and come over and paste that into a comment for the student. So that's a newer feature within the last year in Google Classroom. You also have here at the top a way to shuffle right through your students. If I click this arrow, we'll move to the next student's slide deck. And you can see where they are at work and do the same thing for each student. So you just cycle through here. And you can see my students are all very creative. Once a student is done with the assignment, they turn that in. As a teacher, I see that it has been turned in. I now have access to return that to the student, and I have a place to enter a grade. So I can come here, put a grade in. I don't have any rubric attached to this assignment, so it's just a simple grade. When an assignment has been turned in, you are the owner. Students cannot edit as long as it's turned in to you. That also means that they can't read any comments that you add. So if you have comments for a student, you need to, if you're using the comment tool up here or a private comment directly to the student about their work, you need to return the assignment so that they can see the comments. Otherwise, you're the owner, they can't see it. Now, as I have cycled through these, once students are all complete, I can return this submission, or I can choose to return multiple submissions, and that would give me all of the students there that have turned it in, and I'll be able to hit the return button at one time. Let's also take a look on commenting on discussion questions. We'll jump into this one. Give me a brief summary of what you read today. I can see 2 have turned it in. 1 is still assigned and not done. If I view that question, I can actually click here at the top and see the question itself. And then I see my student answers. There have been 3 replies to student demos. I'll click on those. I can come in and reply to a student, and I suggest that you start every comment with your own initials. This gives you the ability to scan through, especially if you've got a classroom full of students who are commenting. You can scan through and see quickly where you have responded to a student. It also helps in the private comments, and I'll show you. Let me go ahead and finish this. Please don't leave feedback like I just did. But when a student asks a private comment, I see that show up over here under the student's name. That tells me, first of all, that it's a private comment. It's not in the student feed. I can click on that. It shows that, and I can respond as a private comment. I'll put my initials in and then respond. When I do, I see over here that I was the last one to answer. That way, as you're scrolling down through your students, you'll be able to see if you have responded to their comments. One final tool that I hope you never have to use is the ability to mute a student. I can go here to the Skinny Snowman and mute Sherry until we have a chance to talk out what she had posted. And what happens, it deletes her work. She cannot reply to her classmates, and they can't see anything she comments or posts. When I click that mute button, I see a little mute symbol there. Now when she goes to try to leave a class comment, it disappears. Once you've had a chance to talk to the student, you can go under the People tab, select his or her name, and under the actions you can unmute that student, and they will be able to participate in class again. Take a look at our discussion question one more time. I did set this up as a graded question, and to grade that I'll just come in here, put in the grade, and you see the same way I can return those back to the students, just as I had done the other assignment. Now it's your turn. What are some common comments that you think you might want to add to your comment bank?